Hello everyone, Cello Doodle here, and today we will be looking at the last part of the Animal Crossing 2.0 update. If you haven't seen the first two parts, I will make sure to link them below so you can check them out after this. I am so excited for the update because of how much stuff is in it, and I really think it is going to give the game the revival it has been needing. I absolutely adore the gyroids that they showed. I like that they're a nice small size because then they will be great decoration around homes and islands without being the main focus. I love that we can also customize them because then that way we have more design possibilities with the different colors and the different types. I love the noises that they make, and I'm so glad that they can actually match up to what music is playing. This will add another level to music around the island, and I am so excited. I cannot wait to put them everywhere, and I am very excited to see what other people do with them. Something interesting in the trailer is that if gyroids appear on your island, I think this might mean you do not get them right away. Maybe you have to have the rooster complete something first, like the fossil collection. I think that'll be fine, but I am interested to see how they do it. I like that you have to grow them, and I think it's a really interesting concept. I'm really excited to have a gyroid garden on my island for the shards that I find. It sounds like there will be more after it rains, so I'm excited for that, but I hope it doesn't mean that when it doesn't rain, they're next to impossible to get. Even if it's at first hard to get them, I bet Nintendo will fix any spawn issues like they did with Red if that does happen, or if there's problems where people can't get gyroids, because with how big of an update this is, I'm a little worried that a few spawn rates are going to be a little wonky for a bit, and they'll have to do some minor updates just because that happens quite a bit with even with the smaller updates. Just spawn rates can be weird with how, and I definitely think with such a big update there's going to be a few issues right off the bat. In the trailer, Nook's Cranny unfortunately looked exactly the same, which is kind of sad. I was hoping they would get an update, but unfortunately that was not confirmed. But it does not mean that it still cannot happen. The trailer did indicate that there will be more parts to the update than what was shown, so I hope next Kearney's upgrade is kind of that thing and just will be a nice surprise, but I'm not counting on it, but I can still be hopeful, but I don't know if they're going to go through with that. Overall, there are a ton of new items added to the game, which is super exciting, such as the Froggy chair. I'm so glad that they're adding that back because a lot of people missed it so much, and honestly, it's pretty cute. I didn't play the older games, but my friends who have are like in love with the Froggy chair and are like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to have all the customizations again. I am so glad that they're adding it back. It's so exciting. The new lighting looks amazing, and I'm so excited to use that in the builds for the houses. It's just going to add another dimension and make it look so cool. I'm so excited to see what people do with their houses because right now, houses are impossible. But with all the new items, it's going to look so good, and I am so excited. I also did see a shelving item, which is going to be so useful, especially for displaying gyroids and those other little items. And I think it'll just be so cute because you don't need a massive table or something to put up to get the little item on. It'll just be there's a shelf. It's a lot easier with a shelf. I love that they added group stretching. This seems like a lot of fun, and I'm so glad it's really interactive and not just a cutscene. I'm honestly surprised that they added this. I did not even think this was a possibility, but it seems so fun. Especially the fact that you can have your villagers and your NPCs and then also your friends. That just makes it so great for when you have friends over because then there's something to do. Because this game is really lacking on the what can I do with my friends when they come over to my island because we are all bored. So I definitely think that's going to be super fun. I'm really excited to see what they do with the different motions and what you have to do. I think it's going to be so creative, and I am really excited. I am in love with the permanent ladder. It is not only great for aesthetics, but it's going to make construction 100 times easier. Personally, I plan to put one on the back of my cliff so that way I can go pick weeds easier because the back of my island is a hot mess, as you guys probably see in every video where I attempt to clean it up. And it always is a mess by the next week when I record again. This is going to do wonders during construction as well because it'll make designs on multiple levels much easier to do than before because of not having to constantly pull out the ladder, go up the ladder, put the ladder away, push your one item the one tile over, get the ladder back out, go back down. It just saves the hassle, and like, yeah, you can't always use it, but it makes it easier and just more streamlined for decorating. Because honestly, decorating is the main part of Animal Crossing New Horizons, so streamlining it is a good thing. The DIY for the ladder will be sold in Nook's Cranny, which is great because we can start crafting and using them right as soon as our game updates, and we shouldn't have to potentially wait a couple days for it to activate like other parts of the update might have to. Like, I would not be surprised if Brewster doesn't show up for a few days. Like, you have to do something to trigger him because that's how Able Sisters work. That's how Nook's Cranny works. That's just generally how Animal Crossing works, so I wouldn't be surprised if you had to do stuff to help out and get it started. So something like the ladder that you just buy right off the bat makes it so much easier. I love that we will be able to squeeze around furniture. It's going to make it so nice and easy to go around your rooms on your island, but honestly, some people are going to take advantage of this. And some of these houses are going to be so laggy because people are going to make it so it's like you have to squeeze through the whole thing, not just one part. It will be very, very nice, but I'm hoping they restrict it to inside because if they do outside, they just unleashed a whole big monster that's going to make island tours very entertaining. So I am excited, but I'm also like, oh, it will be really interesting to see the house designs though, and I'm really excited for that. And especially with kitchens, it's like what they showed in the trailer, it's like you kind of need it because squeezing around kitchens is just hard right now, and it's like you can't get to most of the areas that you're building, so it will be very nice to be able to do that. I'm also really excited that you can invite your that villagers can invite you over and they can come visit you. The inviting you over is so nice because then it's like you actually feel like you have something to do and you're not just like, okay, I'm invading your house, giving you a gift, and see you later because that's honestly what it feels like right now. And I'm excited for them to be like, hey, come on over, maybe chat about stuff. I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm very excited. I'm also so excited that they come to your house. But honestly, I'm going to be decorating my house so fast with this new update because I do not need my animals insulting my horribly decorated house. Because as of right now, there's not a lot of indoor furniture. Thankfully, that is changing, which I am so excited for. Speaking of villagers, we're getting 16 new ones. This is so exciting and they all look so good. I'm personally so excited and I love all the new designs. Personally, some of my favorites, there's one that looks like a parrot and the squirrel is really cute and I'm really excited because they're also bringing back some of the new villagers. They're actually bringing back 8 of the older ones and then they're putting in 8 new ones, which I think is great because bringing back old ones, people love when New Horizons does that because that's kind of what it lacks sometimes is the nostalgia from the older games. It has some, but not as much, so I'm excited that they're going to be adding them. I just really hope they're not locked to amiibo cards because when they release them first with amiibos, it's always a little concerning. But as they do not have items connected to them, or at least so it seems right now, I don't think it's going to be a problem because it would be pretty annoying. So hopefully they just unlock like normal villagers and it'll not be a whole crazy thing with trying to get their amiibo cards because it's already going to be so hard to get them. But I am so excited for them. Personally, my favorite are Ione, Rio, and Azalea. Ione is such a cute squirrel. I am probably butchering her name right now, but she has like this galaxy pattern almost, and I love it. It's so cute. Honestly, it's kind of sad that this is the last major Animal Crossing update since this game has been so important for so many people because of when it came out with the major pandemic hitting and just this game was literally like life-saving for so many people because of it allowed you to be with your friends. And personally, I experienced that where the only way you could see or hang out with your friends for 6 months was on Animal Crossing. So it's one of those things where it's kind of bittersweet to see that the game is finally wrapping up. It's exciting that it's like it's all finished and it's like amazing, but it's also sad because it's like, oh, we like are moving on now with everything. But honestly, I don't think that it's going to be long before the next Animal Crossing game. New Horizons has done so well and brought so many people to playing on the Switch in general. I think there is speculation right now about the Switch Pro. I would not be shocked if the Switch Pro has Animal Crossing as one of the first games. That would make sense why they kind of wrapped this up earlier, because they said, "Oh, updates for the next 3 years," and they're like, "Okay, a year and a half. We're good. We're good. We're done." So I'm really thinking that might be what happens. I could be completely wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's a new game coming, which is honestly exciting. And personally, that would be a smart move for Nintendo. But I am really excited for this update, and I hope you guys are too. I will hopefully be doing some guides pretty quickly after the update to show you guys the rundown of it. And I'm really excited. So make sure to subscribe to be able to see those videos. And thank you so much for tuning into my channel, and I will see you all next time. Bye!